Hey bros! Welcome back to the channel! Today we're diving into some seriously important stuff, like how to survive in Sweden in 2025. Okay, maybe not survive, but we gotta talk about these new financial changes, and trust me, they're gonna hit your wallet harder than a 10-year-old playing Fortnite. We're talking public transport costs skyrocketing higher than my view count after a diss track, tax stuff that'll make your brain melt, and enough financial jargon to make you wish you were back in school. But hey, don't click away just yet. I'm gonna break it all down, make it as painless as possible, and maybe even crack a few jokes along the way. Think of it like this. We're about to explore the dark, scary forest of Swedish finances, but instead of a boring tour guide, you've got me, your hilarious and surprisingly informative best friend. So, whether you're a seasoned Stockholmian or just moved here for the meatballs, no judgment. This video is your ultimate guide to navigating Sweden's 2025 financial maze. Let's do this. All right, let's talk about public transport. Remember when you could afford the bus without selling a kidney? Costs in Stockholm are rising faster than a Swedish house after an IKEA sale. A 40 SEK increase for a monthly SL pass. That's 480 SEK extra per year. With a family, you might need a second mortgage. Public transport is essential, especially in Stockholm. But these fare hikes are brutal. It's like the government wants us to stay home. And for those who rely on public transport to get to work, maybe bosses should value your ability to afford the commute. Maybe these fare hikes will force improvements. A guy can dream, right? Okay, remember that loan you took out to buy that fancy Swedish apartment with the heated floors and minimalist furniture? Yeah, well, get ready to feel the burn because Sweden's slashing loan interest deductions in half. I'm not a financial advisor, but that sounds about as fun as a root canal. So, let's say you're paying a casual 50,000 SEK a year in loan interest. Before, you could deduct a cool 4,500 SEK, which is like a free trip to IKEA or something. But now, you're stuck with a measly 2,250 SEK deduction. That's less than half. What are we supposed to do with that? Buy half a Billy bookcase? I get it, the government needs money, but come on. This is like taking candy from a baby, except the candy is our hard-earned money and the baby is already drowning in debt. It's just not fair, man. Okay, deep breaths everyone, deep breaths. We're going to get through this together. So, remember how inflation was supposed to be cooling down? Yeah, well, someone forgot to tell that to food prices and the cost of living in Sweden. Seriously, going to the grocery store these days feels like robbing a bank, except you don't even get the satisfaction of being chased by the cops afterward. And don't even get me started on housing costs. Trying to find an affordable apartment in Stockholm is like trying to find a needle in a haystack, except the haystack is on fire, and the needle is made of gold. I know everyone's feeling the pinch. It's tough out there. But hey, at least we have free healthcare, right? That's what I keep telling myself every time I have to choose between buying groceries or paying my electricity bill. But seriously, folks, this is a real issue. People are struggling to make ends meet, and it's not getting any easier. Chapter 4. Tax reductions. Don't spend it all at once. All right, folks, it's not all doom and gloom. Sweden might be trying to bankrupt us with one hand, but with the other, they're giving us a little bit back. That's right, we're talking tax reductions. It's like finding a 20 SEK coin on the ground. It's not much, but hey, I'll take it. So, get this. Sweden's lowering income taxes for workers and pensioners. That means more money in your pocket every month. It's like getting a raise, except without having to beg your boss for it. Now, we're talking about an extra 500 to 1,000 CK per month. That's enough for an extra takeout meal, or maybe even a new pair of socks. Okay, maybe not, but it's still something, right? I know, it's not enough to offset all the other costs we talked about, but hey, let's focus on the positives here. Maybe this is the start of a trend. Maybe Sweden will realize that its citizens are struggling and decide to, actually help us out for once. Chapter 5. Green tax incentives, saving the planet and your wallet. Let's talk about something good for the planet and your wallet: green tax incentives. Sweden's jumping on the eco-friendly bandwagon, and they're willing to pay you to do it. Money talks, and so does the environment. You can get tax deductions for installing solar panels and other energy-efficient upgrades. Chapter 6. Employment support. Get a job, hippie. All right, all you entrepreneurs and small business owners out there, listen up. Sweden's got your back, for once. They're introducing some sweet tax reliefs and reduced employer contributions. It's like they say, a rising tide lifts all boats, or something like that. What does this mean for you? Well, for starters, it means you'll have more money to invest back into your business, which could lead to more jobs, more growth, and more profits. It's a win-win situation. Well, unless you're a giant corporation, then you're probably out of luck. But hey, let's not dwell on the negatives. This is great news for small businesses, which are the backbone of the Swedish economy, or something like that. It's about time the government gave them some much-needed support. Chapter 7. Public investments. Finally, something that makes sense. Hold on to your hats, folks, because Sweden's actually doing something that makes sense. That's right, they're investing heavily in infrastructure and sustainability. It's like they finally realized that maybe, just maybe, investing in the future is a good idea. We're talking about upgrading public transport, building new train lines, and investing in green energy systems. It's about time. Maybe now I won't have to wait an hour for a bus that never shows up. Now I know what you're thinking. But PewDiePie, you just complained about public transport costs going up. And you're right, I did. But hey, sometimes you gotta spend money to make money, right? These investments might cost a lot up front, but in the long run, they'll save us all money and create a more sustainable future. Chapter 8. Plan your commute. Become a budgeting ninja. All right, my fellow commuters, listen up. It's time to put on our budgeting hats and figure out how to navigate these ridiculous public transport costs. Don't worry, I'm here to guide you through it step by step. First things first, you need to figure out how much you're actually spending on transport each year. I know, math is hard, but trust me, this is important. Once you know how much you're spending, you can start looking for ways to save. And here's a pro tip. Did you know that you can actually deduct some of your transport costs from your taxes? That's right. The government might be taking away our loan interest deductions, but they're giving us a little something back in return. So, there you have it. Your guide to becoming a public transport budgeting ninja. Now go forth and conquer those fare hikes. Chapter 9. Tax-free savings accounts. Free money? Sign me up. All right, folks. Let's talk about something that's actually fun. Free money. Okay, maybe not free, but close enough. I'm talking about tax-free savings accounts. It's like finding a golden ticket, except instead of a chocolate factory, you get financial security. So, what are these magical accounts, you ask? Well, they're basically savings accounts where you don't have to pay taxes on the interest you earn. It's like the government is giving you free money. Okay, maybe not free, but you get the idea. Now, I know what you're thinking. PewDiePie, this sounds too good to be true. What's the catch? And you're right, there is a catch. You can only invest a certain amount each year, and you have to keep your money in the account for a certain amount of time before you can withdraw it without penalty. But hey, who cares about those minor details? We're talking about free money here. Okay, maybe not free, but you get the point. Outro Sweden 2025. Survive and thrive. All right, bros, that was a lot to take in. We covered everything from skyrocketing public transport costs to tax-free savings accounts. It's enough to make your head spin. But hey, at least you're now armed with the knowledge you need to navigate Sweden's crazy financial landscape. Remember, it's not all doom and gloom. Sure, there are challenges, but there are also opportunities. The key is to stay informed, plan ahead, and don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. And most importantly, don't forget to have fun. Life's too short to stress about money all the time. So, go out there, enjoy all that Sweden has to offer, and remember, you got this.